sure some of you might be wondering, is she talking about focusing on just one person? And if I focus on one person, what about everybody else? I will be leaving so many potential customers if I get that specific. Well, I want to tell you a story to illustrate my point. There's this lady called Tiffany. Tiffany is 35 years old and she's been married for 9 years. She has three children, two boys and a girl. Her boys are a set of twins and they're about 7 years old. And then the girl is about 3 years old. She's a fashion designer by profession, but she went to University of Lagos and then she had a degree in microbiology before she started going to following her passion into fashion. She lives presently in Lagos. And then she loves to read. She likes color and original innovation. She enjoys meeting new people. And then she is always looking for ways to improve herself. When she's not in a sewing studios creating design, she's at home having fun with her husband and children. She has her parents are retirees. Like her dad is collecting pension, her dad retired, and then her mom also retired as a lecturer, but right now she owns like a school where she teaches young children, like a daycare. So Tiffany has like three friends, and one of them traveled to Canada of recent, so she only have the other two with her. And then Tiffany believes something. She believes that if you don't like something, you should change it. And if you cannot change it, then you should change your attitude. And then this is what pushed her to be the best designer and a wife and a mother to her children. She values family and accountability. And she likes to teach what she has practiced or experienced herself. And part of Tiffany's struggle is that she wants to make money. Really, she wants her brand to be popular. She wants her brand to become a global brand. She wants to make money. She wants to be able to influence people through her fashion, and then she wants more brand awareness and international market. And then also because Tiffany is like she's the second born. She has two brothers. So she's like the middle girl. So she's the second, but she just wants to be able to, support her mom and be able to help her brothers and especially their last born. So basically, and she's a go-getter and she likes to try new things. So I told you the story of Tiffany because I wanted to ask you something. I would like for you to see if you can see yourself in Tiffany's story. I didn't say if you can relate to it, if you can see yourself, meaning that with Tiffany's story, can you tell me what you have in common with Tiffany? Maybe, for example, you can say, and I want you to identify as many as possible. So, for example, you can say something like maybe, just like Tiffany, I have siblings I feel responsible for, or just like Tiffany, my parents are retired, or maybe I have a friend in Canada, just like Tiffany, or I'm a graduate from a university, just like Tiffany. I need as many responses as possible. Okay, what if I tell you that the story of Tiffany I just told you is the story of the details of my imagination of my ideal perfect clients for my fashion business branding course? And yeah, many of you are already fitting into many of the variation of my ideal client. You see, I know it feels scary narrowing down to one perfect client, but here's the trick about uncovering your ideal perfect client. When you figure out who they are and you get specific with details and the stories and the experiences that resonate well with him or her, you will be speaking with many variations of your ideal perfect client. And those who don't fit the description will still see themselves in the message of your fashion brand. The second hesitation some people might be feeling about narrowing down their ideal customer to a target market of one is that they might be thinking, will my customer be able to find me if I narrow it down? Well, if there's anything I have learned from this coronavirus pandemic is that we are more connected than we think. You take for a minute and imagine it. Something happened in China and it affected the whole world. It spread such in a way that affected the whole world, shutting down economics, shutting down businesses. So let me assure you that if you get clear on your perfect audience and you narrow down your focus to ensure that you create products just for that one perfect client, your customers will find you. Okay, I know some people might also be thinking that, okay, when I get this, if I get this specific with my client, wouldn't that mean that I will be stuck with this kind of customers forever? And I'm going to explain the answer to that question using a particular popular brand here in the US called Lululemon. So Lululemon is a yoga-inspired athletic brand that is founded in Canada in 1998. But when they first started, they started making clothes for women to wear doing yoga. Their particular target client when they started was for women to who practice yoga. But as they get feedback, plenty of feedback, and from people, their design evolved from yoga apparel to running, cycling, training, and mostly anything that requires sweat. And also, they move from not only women clothing, now they do both women and men clothing. As your fashion business starts to grow, you would see the need. And as you keep getting customers' feedback, you will see the need. And then at that time, you can expand. But at first, when you start your fashion brand, I want you to stick with one perfect client. But as you keep growing, then you can now expand into other customers' avatar. Now, there are two variations of ideal customer avatar. So your perfect client can be a version of yourself or have a different personality from you. So here is a perfect example of a perfect client that can be a version of yourself. So this particular owner, her name is Sarah Barkley, she was getting ready for a party one day and then she realized that she didn't have the right undergarment, or she didn't have the right undergarment that would provide a smooth look over her white pants. And then so she decided to get a scissors and then cut a very long leggings. And that was how she battered her company, which has gone ahead to become a global phenomenon. Our next example is that of Folake Coca of Tiffany Hambra brand. And you will see that from this example, she's giving a perfect description of the kind of audience who are the brand audience she caters to for her brand products. Now, knowing your ideal customer makes everything easier for your brand, for your fashion brand. I mean everything, including the design, kind of design you need to produce or create, including the marketing messages you're going to use. Also, even to your brand messaging, social media posts and all, it makes everything easier. However, here is one warning sign I want to tell you. Do not create your design until you've talked to someone that looks like your client's ideal audience. Again, do not create any design at all, any collection that looks like your client's ideal audience. That's because most of the time we designers are always eager to make a collection because it's in our brain and we are like, oh, I need to get this idea out. And then we finish making clothes and no one is interested in buying. So that's why I always encourage my client to always look for someone that looks like the ideal client and then interact with them to know their pain points. Now, let's continue on how can you define your own ideal customer avatar for your own brand?